All right, three, two, one,
Welcome
action.
back. Welcome back to the Driveway Podcast, episode 14. And man, do we got a good one for you folks.
Well, what an intro. Well done. Well done. That's exactly what I
You
was
like
hoping
that?
for when I
Oh,
when I
good,
asked you to
good,
do it.
good.
So that
Oh, I'm
was
so
that was
glad.
brilliant. Was
Oh,
your have you been since the last episode? It's been a relatively short time period between episodes.
yeah. I like
Just
that we're kind of cranking them out though.
5 days. Yeah.
No, I've been good. I feel like everything new happens. I'm glad something new's happening every week. It
Yeah.
feels like.
Yeah, it's exciting. So since we last were together, a lot of football happened. We had the opening weekend of football. Um Any other, obviously sad news. You just announced it to the world, to our group chat at least.
hmm
James Earl Jones passed away.
James Earl Jones, yeah.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
That was great. Obviously, Darth Vader, voice of Darth Vader.
Mufasa.
Um, Mufasa. Yep. He was in a bunch too. But I, what else? There's Field of Dreams. I'm not
hmm
like a huge Field of Dreams fan though. So
I'm not either, but I feel like as a guy, every guy has to like Field of Dreams. So,
yeah, I
have you
guess
heard that?
so.
Isn't that from How I Met Your Mother?
Maybe
Didn't they say
is
that?
that
It's something about Field of Dreams.
they definitely like Field of Dreams and How Much Rather. They also like
hmm
Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol.
They do.
Yeah.
When was it? What?
I
I'll
forget
take your word for it.
I
I'll
forget
take
what
your
it
word
is, but
for it.
there's a quote where Ted's like, it's the Mission Possible Ghost Protocol of something. And they go, oh my God, how good was that movie? So I just remember that vividly.
Oh, that's
I'll have
good
to look it
stuff.
up. But yeah, it was funny. And then obviously he did Michigan hype videos. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yep. And I went one year I was in band. The hype
Hmm.
video they were playing was James Earl Jones. Like, oh man, he's still doing all that.
Yeah. So I think they've just been using the same audio. They haven't really changed the audio. They've used new like footage. So
Oh,
I'll be
interesting.
curious.
Okay.
I think it'd be I don't think it'd be would it be rude to continue using that audio? I don't think it would be. I think it would just be I don't think it
No.
would be classless. It's a good tribute. Everyone's still going to watch his movies and TV
hmm
shows. I don't think it would be classless to continue to use that. So I hope they do. Is I guess my
Yeah.
point. I hope they don't re-record. But if they do have to, what other famous Michigan alum,
Dave
notable
Portnoy.
actors could they do that has
Dave
such a
Portnoy.
nice, such an okay, but he doesn't have like the voice.
No, no, no. I mean, James Earl Jones's voice is so iconic. So I hope they continue using it. Is your next game a home game or is it
Yeah,
away?
it's this Saturday. Yeah, we've got like five home games right in a row. So it's
Oh wow. So do you think they'll do a moment of silence for him?
I don't think they'll do a moment of silence, but I bet you at the end of the video they'll do like in
Like a
memory,
thank you.
yeah, thank you, James Earl
Yeah.
Jones, or in memory of James Earl Jones, something like that. Let me see, notable people. Okay, notable people, alumni, music and entertainment. So let's go. We got operatic soprano Jesse Norman, probably not. Singer Joe Dason. He passed away, it looks like, or maybe he's still alive. Sorry, Joe. Um, Multiple members of the bands Tally Hall and Wolfpack. No,
Kelly Hall's good, but they're not a voice.
yeah. Uh, geez, Madonna. Okay, maybe
Okay.
Madonna.
Madonna
Iggy
went to
Pop.
Michigan? I knew she's from Michigan. I didn't know she went to
Maybe
Michigan.
she attended. Maybe she took some classes. I don't know if she. I feel like she's an alumni, so she must have gotten a degree.
Huh.
We'll see. I
Crazy.
suppose. I guess we'll see. But like right away, none of those people would. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry, that was music and entertainment. This is film and television. So
Okay.
Michael Dunn. Don't really recognize that name. Darren Chris from Glee. Okay, Brian would be a fan of that, I'm sure. Shout out Brian. Shout out Glee. James Earl
hmm
Jones. David Allen Greer. Oh, Lucy Liu. She doesn't have like the baritone, but maybe it could be a good, a new age type thing.
hmm
Or not new age, but what do you call it? Like a new, what do you call something new?
New.
Yeah, but like a different word. Oh, what about wow, Celia Keenan Bolger played Scout Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. How about that?
Whoa. Okay.
Crazy. Oh, Sanjay Gupta.
Sanjay Gupta. By the way, for new, you can use latest, current, contemporary, advanced.
Okay, maybe contemporary. I'd say maybe it'd be a good contemporary update, but not
I,
really. I wouldn't call it contemporary. I need different words than that.
if you're planning on changing, wouldn't it make more sense to have a football player like Tom Brady do the voiceover?
Yeah, he doesn't have the voice. No, no, it wouldn't make sense. Why wouldn't they have done a football player in the first place?
Because James Earl Jones' voice is so great.
Yeah, exactly. So they need someone with a great voice. And all I'm saying is like they shouldn't, but if they had to, you know, and I'm not liking any of those names. No offense.
So that's why I think Brady's got to be him.
I don't know. I disagree. I don't think Brady's him. I think I think none of these I think Lucy Liu is probably the closest.
You think Lucy Liu would get the gig over Brady?
I mean, no, I don't think she'd get the gig over Brady, but I don't think Brady should do the voice. I mean, also speaking of, like, did you listen to his broadcast at all?
I not a whole lot. I watched the first quarter of that game, and I
Anyways, real quick, rest in peace, James Earl Jones.
yeah,
We'll end the
we'll move
conversation
on.
there
Yeah,
and
yeah.
let's go Tom Brady first gig. Goal, say.
I thought he was fine. It was his first one, so obviously it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I didn't. I know he got a lot of hate for it, but I think with time he'll be okay. Think positive on it. Do you have anything? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I just thought, I mean, I would kind of agree with the general populace. It was very average. I mean, obviously his kind of foil is Tony Romo because Tony Romo, I know there's like Tony Romo hate out there too, but I am kind of a Tony Romo supporter. I think I enjoy his broadcasts at least. So, you know, Tony Romo just kind of picked up the mic and killed it, you
hmm
know. So
When Tony Romo first started doing it, people were like, "This guy's the best."
yeah, yeah,
So he was
exactly.
calling plays before they even happened.
Right.
I don't know when the. I thought about that recently too. When did the hate of Tony Romo start?
I think it was a fully pardon my take generated hate. Like, and I don't
Oh,
understand.
really?
Yeah, because on part of my
Did
take,
they
they
not?
hate Tony Romo as a commentator, which
Really?
doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, they totally rag on him, and I think they're wrong. But I also think they're wrong in a lot of things. So
Anybody's better than Greg Olson. So
I agree. Facts. That's the other funny thing is I think they like Greg Olson, but I think they mainly just
no
like Greg Olson
way.
because they're kind of friends with him. He's kind of like friend of a
Oh,
program for
okay.
them. So,
Then
anyways,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm just trying to think. Like I just looked up one of my favorite commentators from the Premier League,
hmm
Lee Dixon, to see like when did he start, and so he started as a color guy. It looks like in 2013, so it kind of sounds like he picked up the mic and started doing well. That being said, though, I don't know if I remember any broadcasts from 2013. Like nowadays, he's fantastic. So no doubt about it. You know, he might turn out to be a great broadcaster. You know,
hmm
what's his name? Tom Brady, that is. But yeah, rough start for sure. And then
Yeah.
also just we'll pivot away from football soon, and we'll get to the big topic. But um, let's. I feel like we should recap the football weekend real quick. I mean, we NFL is back. You know, back
Yeah.
Thursday night. We had Ravens and Chiefs play, and then Friday night was Philadelphia and Green Bay. I don't know about you, but I watched like way too much football this weekend.
I watched a below average amount, to be honest with you.
Really? Wow.
Well, I was
Oh,
busy
because
all day Sunday with
yeah,
the. Well, you saw.
with the surprise.
Yeah. We'll get into
Um,
that in a bit, but
but
I
what
want to talk
about
about football a bit more.
did you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, do I for me though? Like I personally enjoy watching like the nighttime games. Like I like watching the
Yeah.
Thursday night. I mean, Friday night was new, so I tuned in for that. But I like the Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. Like I don't know. I've always made it a point to kind of watch those, and maybe
Yeah.
not always, but within the past, I think I would actually say probably just since COVID. Like I don't think pre-COVID I was watching them too much. I'd watch it if it was on, but Once COVID kind of rolled around, I kind of ingrained it into my schedule.
Yeah. I'm definitely watching Monday Night Football tonight with Ned, hopefully.
Hmm.
Hopefully with Ned.
Yeah, wait, why? Why not?
He might be not here.
Oh, okay. That
I
was
think he'll
I was
be
gonna
here,
say
but
that's kind of a miss. Like I feel a little bit bad for leaving one because I think Run Club into Monday Night Football would be a great combination. That'd
oh
be
yeah.
really fun to,
Hmm.
Run Club it, then go to Dugan's or something like that. And like at Dugan's, watch the first half, then drive home, catch the second half, shower up, go to bed. Like that would be a really fun night.
That's a great day.
It'd be a really fun night. So I'm definitely missing out on that. Um, but no, it was, I mean, Thursday night, obviously, I just like I want to address the allegations. I mean, you can't call someone little bro and then have him drop, the highest score in the league. I just want to say that. Um, Number two, I definitely think I won that group chat. I mean, three-time champ always wins. I don't think you can refute it, no matter how much they
Oh,
want to act like nothing happened. But um, I'm just glad to be back. I'm glad that my team stepped up. I'm glad that my team stepped up in the face of of these allegations. It reminded me of something else. It reminded me of Michigan football, 2023. In the face of
yeah,
all
but
these allegations,
speaking of Michigan football,
they
let's talk
stepped
about
up.
that too.
Yeah, yeah, that was bad. So the other, I
Did you watch
guess,
the whole game?
yeah. Oh no, no, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
No, it was kind of fun. My weekend was fun. I went and I kind of took a risk. I went to this graduate student speed networking event on Friday,
Oh, fun.
and I was so on the fence, the entire day. The entire day I was
Hmm.
flip-flopping like I should go. No, I'm definitely not going back to I should go. So at the very last second, I was like, I'm not gonna go. I forgot to pay for parking. I should go check on my car. And then I was like, you know what? If I got a parking ticket by now, yeah, I'm getting a parking ticket. Like I'm getting one or I'm not getting one. I'm not gonna change it. So I went and I ended up, I met a couple cool people, but the highlight was that I met this fella named Parker, who's from Michigan as well. And so he
Oh,
was like, he
cool.
had a cool personality, and it was funny. He was like amped to meet someone else from Detroit. He's like, oh, I'm
Really?
so glad. And the other funny thing was he was just like, wait, or I forget. He was like, where do you live? I was like, oh, I live over at the Commons. And he's like, no way, that's where I live too. I've only seen one other Michigan license plate around here, and it's been at the Commons. And I was like, oh man. And it didn't even click. And he goes, wait, so what car do you drive? And I was like, oh, a white Chevy Traverse. And he's like, it's you. I was like, what?
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it's
it's
kind of
so
funny.
fun.
Yeah, so then we ended up watching the Michigan game together. So he went to Grand Valley.
Oh,
Shout out
really? Oh,
Sabrina.
great.
And we
Shout out to
we went
Sabrina.
to watch the Michigan game together, and it was funny. It's definitely we're definitely a rare breed in Ohio, Michigan fans, but there were a
Hmm.
couple others. We did have, pregame, we were
Whoa.
able to whoop it up with a couple other Michigan fans.
Is there a Michigan bar over there? Or where'd you guys?
We don't know anything, so we just chose a random spot.
Okay.
We chose a place called Mac and Joe's, which I like. It was very much a dive bar, and there wasn't much going on there. But honestly, it was my speed. Like I think it would have. It's very much like our speed.
Oh,
It's
perfect.
not like Rock on Third. It's definitely different, but
Hmm.
but it's like the same speed. Does that make sense?
No, no, I'm picking up what you're putting down. That's great though. Whoa.
Yeah, so we watched the game together. But then we called it quits, in the fourth quarter. We were like, yeah, this
Yeah,
sucks. So
makes
so
sense.
yeah, I mean, I think I maybe said on the podcast I had faith in the boys, and I definitely did up until the moment. Probably up until halftime, really. No, okay, I'll say up until the fumble.
Oh,
When
yeah, yeah.
Colston Loveland fumbled with a minute
Yep.
left, I was like,
Hmm.
okay, they're scoring for sure. But it was
Yeah.
very frustrating. I mean, Texas like played well, no doubt, but they got such good field position for their entire first half drives,
Yeah.
and it just sucked the defense. Like I felt so bad for the defense because they actually did well. Like that first drive, even
That's what
though
I
they
was telling my
drove,
dad.
yeah, right. Even though they drove, they did well to stop them and force a missed field goal. And
Hmm.
then on top of that, they forced a field goal on the second drive.
Yeah.
So it was like very good defense to start. The problem was the offense sucked so much. Defense couldn't catch their breath. And you can only stop that offense so many times in a row before you're going to give up a touchdown. And that's
Right.
exactly what we saw happen.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, it came with a massive collapse afterwards too. Like it went from like, oh, that was a good defensive drive to like, oh yeah, we'll take a field goal too. Yeah, a touchdown was going to happen. To be like, are we going to be able to stop these guys at all? It
That
was
is
like
so funny. That's exactly
so
what, yeah.
obnoxious. Sorry, you can comment.
Um, no, I was gonna say that is really funny because it started off so hopeful and just went like after that first drive, it just went completely downhill.
No, I know. I
Um,
mean, it's frustrating. I know you they can argue that the run game wasn't going, but in my opinion, you need to make your own run game work. Like you can't just I don't know. Like we are such a bad passing team. The run game, uh, like you just have to like run it 40 times. I don't care. That's my
mhm,
opinion on it. I don't care if you get 2 yards per game. You still need to run it and just punch them in the face because like we can't even gain yards passing. Like we can at least gain 2-3 yards running, and we can kill some clock, keep the defense a little bit more time to rest up.
mhm.
But we're just such a bad passing team. So, anyways, yeah, that was a poor start to the day. Um, I don't know. Do you have any other comments on Saturday? What happened on
Uh,
Saturday? I mean, it was big for the MSU. I didn't really watch the game, but you
Top of
guys
the
kind of
Big
came
Ten,
back.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
top of
no,
the Big Ten.
I didn't watch too much of that game either. Childs is so interesting to me because there are some plays. I mean, he's only 18 years old. He's about to be
Oh,
19, I think,
really?
next week.
Why
Yeah,
did
he's
I
only
think he was
18.
a transfer quarterback?
He is a transfer quarterback.
So wait, he played last year when he was 17?
The first two games, yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
He's turning 19, I think, next week.
Mm-hmm.
But so obviously there was a lot of growing he's got to do.
Yeah.
So I'm hopeful on that. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he'll continue to make some good moves, but it was disappointing to see he threw like a lot of picks.
How many picks did he throw? I didn't
I
really
think
look at
I
the
think
stats after.
I think three.
Oof.
Yeah,
Overall or
so
in the first half?
overall
Oh, wow.
on
Okay.
the day.
Yeah, not great.
Um, but it was great. Like that win for Michigan State was like a 2011 through 2015. That era of Michigan State, it was
Really?
that kind of win. Yeah,
Because it was just gritty?
gritty. Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting.
Michigan State was pretty gritty back in the day.
Yeah, but I don't think was Kirk throwing 3 picks per game back in the day?
No, I think it's more of just never giving up, always being in play, even though it's against Maryland.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't know Tua's brother left Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
don't know where he's at now, but
he's in
I
the
think he
Canadian
had
Football
to.
League.
He's in what?
The Canadian Football League.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I think he just had to. I mean, he clearly wasn't like it just wasn't working at
Hmm.
Maryland, so he had to move on, which I don't know. That's my opinion, but I don't
Anyway,
know.
I'm sorry about Michigan losing. I thought
Yeah.
you guys were going to lose, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it got pretty bad. Got pretty bad in the end.
My sister said something funny. She said, Orgy, the quarterback,
Yeah.
he's never has thrown the ball once. So why would they put him in just for him to run it? Everybody knows he's going to run the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely the problem. That's what we were talking about, at Mac and Joe's too, is like
Hmm.
that it was really frustrating because they put Orgy in. Texas called a timeout to reset their defense. Michigan
Hmm.
went back out in the exact same formation and ran the play that everyone knew they were going to run, and it got stuffed for like -2 yards. It was infuriating. I mean, the play calling really was infuriating on Saturday for
Hmm.
me. I don't think that's why they lost necessarily. Well, no, I think it plays a big role, but um, I don't know. It was definitely tough to watch. But I guess other news, I found a little spot, a good spot to go to relax and decompress. That's a little state park nearby. It's called the
Really?
Houston Woods State Park. And I went there to run because I thought it was like a walking trail,
Hmm.
and it's not. It was like a very much like a hiking thing. So it was like a
Oh,
really
really?
rough terrain, like all these
Oh,
roots and like
man.
very slippery. And like I tried running for it for maybe like a half mile, quarter mile, and I was just like, I'm gonna break my neck out here doing this. But it ended up being a really nice little walk. So that's what I did before the game. So I was in a good mood going into the
Hmm.
game, and then it just collapsed. I think I genuinely took like an hour and a half nap after the you know,
Oh,
rage
really?
nap, a little rage nap. Um, and then didn't really do anything of note the rest of the day. I mean, I watched a little bit of the Oregon Boise State game.
Hmm.
Um, oh, did I? I think I watched City Lights, but anyways, and then
I was more interested in the
yeah, life
Nebraska
update.
Colorado game.
Oh yeah, I did watch a little bit of that. Watch the first half. What'd you think of that?
I watched the second half.
Yeah,
It's just so funny that 4 games last year when when they were 4-0 and everyone's like,
yeah,
we love Colorado.
yeah, yeah,
And then the immediate switch of these guys suck
yeah.
is so funny.
I I was definitely hate watching Colorado a little bit.
Hmm.
I was preying on their downfall for sure.
I was like, go Nebraska. Go Dominic Royala's son.
Yeah, yeah. Who's dumb? Oh yeah, Lions player.
Lions player, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a character. He's interesting.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a very similar season to Colorado of last year. I think he's gonna do very well in these first 4 games.
Hmm.
And then when he gets into
Fall
like
off.
Big Ten play and like plays against some like tough, tougher opponents, which maybe they don't even have tougher opponents. I'll have to check. Um, let's see. Okay, and their start of this Big Ten's not terrible. It's Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers, Indiana,
Oh,
and then
nice.
they play Ohio State. Wow. Okay, now that I've just said that, I bet you Nebraska goes into that game like I bet you that. Do you think they go into that 7-0 against
They
Ohio
could.
State? 7-0,
They could.
7-0.
It's not crazy to say that. They'll probably lose one in there,
Yeah.
but that's not crazy at all to say
Wow,
that.
that'd be crazy. So they go instead of Ohio State, then they get just whomped. Then they play UCLA. They could probably win, but then I bet you they, lose to USC, Nebraska, Iowa to finish off the season. So like they'll
Yeah.
start hot and then lose, for the
I
last
think seven
five.
and five is very realistic for them.
Yeah, I mean that's not a terrible record in terms of Nebraska football.
Yeah.
Recent Nebraska football.
Yeah. That's pretty much all the football I got. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
the
yeah. We
line.
got
Wait,
the
wait.
football out of our system. Yeah, go
One
for
more
it.
thing. The Lions yesterday. Great win.
Epic,
I just wanted to say that.
epicness. Yeah, that was gritty. That was a gritty
Yeah.
win.
Yeah. The
But
last drive in overtime. Oh my gosh, man.
yeah, that was electric. That was like
That's just
was it
fantastic.
just like 5 run plays right in a row, and then
Hmm.
I mean they scored. That was so cool. So, I mean, I think I really like they should have won it in regular time. Like in the third
Yeah.
quarter, they played so bad. Like they just weren't themselves. It was weird. Like they took the third quarter off. They
Well, that was
just
the
slept
story
walk
last
through it.
year.
Oh, really? They'd always fall asleep at the third
Always
quarter.
fall asleep in the third quarter.
Really? Okay, so
Hmm.
that's just problematic then.
Yeah.
So they got to fix that. They got to
Yeah.
get like a third quarter specialist in, hire some third quarter specialist,
Yeah. Something like that.
third
Also,
quarter
I saw a
coordinator.
stat today that Dan Campbell's officially even in terms of his win-loss record.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
It just happened.
It just happened with that Rams game. He's like
Wow.
41 and 1 or something like that.
So he had
It's not that high. It's like
I guess
17 and 1.
I forget the people forget he had a really bad first 2 years, didn't he? He
Yeah.
won like one game in his first year, right? Or something,
Three.
two, three.
Three.
Man, that's a long road back to get
I
back to
know, and he's
even.
there.
That's incredible. When was the last, Detroit coach to go more greater than even?
I don't think we've ever had one.
Really?
I I couldn't tell you one.
Since the 90s or something?
Maybe Jim Caldwell,
Oh yeah, maybe Caldwell, sure.
but he'd always be like 9 and 7,
Jimmy C.
7 and 9. He'd always float around
Mhm.
there.
Wow, Jim Caldwell's old, man. He's 69.
Whoa.
Shout out 69.
Shout out Jimmy C.
Yeah, 14 to 17. It's possible. It's possible he might have gotten some good winning seasons in there. Let's see.
But
Does it say
I'm
Jim
I'm just proud of
Caldwell's record as a line coach was 36 and 28?
36 and 28. Okay, wow.
Mhm.
Didn't know that. But what a great win for Detroit.
Yeah, great win.
Start off the season 1-0, so much better than starting off 0-1.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And we've
You
had
could
two of those in a row now.
I know. I
Big,
know.
big
But
for the boys.
for fantasy, I feel like starting off 0-1 isn't the end of the world. And neither is it in the NFL, but it's way better to start off in the NFL, I think, 1-0.
No, yeah, I think it's terrible starting off 0-1 because that just opens the door of like, all right, when are we gonna get our first win? Because then if you lose your second game, then it's like, oh man, when are we gonna like it just keeps
Are
building.
we gonna win a game?
Yeah, like once you hit week 4, you're like, am I gonna win a game? Um, so I think it's very important to be in the 1-0 club,
Hmm.
no doubt about it. Um, all right, so uh enough
Football,
foreplay. Let's just get into it.
getting the
Zach,
meat and potatoes.
you got a dog.
I
Talk the
have a
viewers
dog.
through it.
Yeah, so I've been wanting a dog for a long time. I would say I really started piquing my interest around April of this year. And in June, I'm pretty sure I texted the house group chat. Like, hey guys, what are our thoughts if we get a dog?
Yeah.
And Ed was like, I'm all right with that. That's fine with me. Then Johnny came in with a, I would appreciate if we waited till I moved out.
Yep. Yeah, it was known that I was moving out at that point, I
Hmm.
think. So,
Yeah. And so I was like, that's totally fair. I'll wait. Every day though, I would be on Pet Finder and just look at dogs, see what's available, see what's out there.
what gave you
And
the bug? I mean, I
I
guess
was
you've always been a pet guy, so maybe it's just been that extended period without a pet. I remember when we first moved in, I feel like your proclamation was like, "Oh, it's not going to be, it's not going to be a while before I get a dog." Because I think that was a big question moving in was, is Mister Zach the pet guy, the pet meister, going to get a dog? Because the other question was, Ned's mom wanted to
right.
hand their cat
And the
off.
cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I don't know if
So
there was a
so
catalyst
okay.
or a defining moment. I would have been fine with Ned's cat being here, but I think with you leaving, there was a hole in my heart that needed to be fixed.
Oh, that's a lie. You just said in April you had the bug.
Well, I got it now that you're gone,
Oh,
and
okay, fair. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. You're
take the
such a
compliment,
you're such
man.
a dear.
Oh man. But yeah, so I was looking at doodle dogs, like Bernedoodle,
Mhm.
Labradoodle, Golden Doodle, like
Yep.
those types of dogs, just because I read they're easily trainable and they look really cute.
Yep.
So and
And they're
they get
relatively cheap, it sounds like too. I guess maybe
yeah.
just because it's a mix. It's not
Actually, no,
pure.
normally they're more expensive than I
So
would
is it
say
like
the average dog.
it's like the off season or something?
I wouldn't say the is there an off season for dogs? Probably maybe. No. So the issue with the dogs I was looking at. So I guess I'll tell the full story. So
Yeah.
this past Monday I was on Pet Finder, or the week ago Monday I was on Pet Finder and I saw these dogs, these little Labradoodles,
Yeah.
and I was thinking to myself, these are extremely cute. They're babies or puppies. So it'd be kind of fun, letting it grow up here. So then I texted him like, Ned, remember when I said I was interested in getting a dog? Are you still okay with that? And he said, yeah, what kind of dogs you getting at? I sent him the link to it. And he said, oh, you should get all of them.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right, I'll get all of them.
Good response.
So I reached out to him and apparently there were 10 dogs or 10 puppies from this litter.
Hmm.
So what happened was the mom was donated to like a pet, I can't think of the word, like a foster shelter, a
Hmm.
shelter. The mom's donated to a shelter. And
She
because
was
the
taken up to the
person
farm, taken
went
to
up
the
to the
upstate
farm,
farm.
because the person who had her didn't want the dog to have puppies all over her house, so she just got rid of the dog.
The person that you bought from
No, the person who owned the mom didn't want 10 puppies around her house, so she donated the dog to the shelter
before the mom gave
before the
birth.
mom gave birth. Yeah.
Okay. And so you got these from a shelter?
So the
This.
shelter didn't have the room to take 10 puppies, so there was a foster lady who was
Oh.
friends with the shelter who was
Oh,
watching
okay.
over them
Yeah.
and letting them be
Yeah.
donated. So there were 10 puppies, three girls, seven guys. I'd only grown up with girl dogs, so besides Rocky,
Hmm.
Rocky's like a Chihuahua, so I'm sure he
So you're a
growing
girl
dog, so
dad.
I'll probably be girl dad. So I kind of wanted a girl dog, so there were seven guys and three girls. Thankfully, I had gotten there early enough so I had my pick of the three girls, and I had the interview with the lady. It was just it was pretty simple. It was just, do you have a backyard? Are
Hmm.
you at home a lot? Puppies are a lot of work. Have you ever had a Labradoodle before?
Hmm.
Answered all those, and she said, "Great, when can you pick it up?" And I said, "I'll pick it up on Sunday if that works for you." And she said, "Yeah, that's great." And I went. I went. It was an hour away. It was in a little town called Emmett.
Mm-hmm.
S-
She
Sorry, I'm
doing
looking.
something right now? You're like,
It's looking
you're,
like she looking like she's about to pee. Oh gosh, she scared me for a sec. Okay,
do
we're
you,
good. We're
we can
good.
go. We can pause.
No. She was like doing a twirly thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, she's either gonna lie down or pee herself.
And
So
she lay down.
she laid down, but she sat in the pee position and then went down. So give
That
me a
is,
little bit
yeah,
of.
that's nerve-wracking.
But no, I went up with Jacob. We got to look at all the dogs. They were spectacular, and my mom always says
Oh,
you'll when you
Jacob went
see
with you?
Jacob went with
Oh,
me,
that's
yeah.
nice. That's nice.
So I went to this lady's house. My mom said you'll know when you see her. I didn't
Yeah.
know when I see her because all the dogs were great.
Yeah.
But so this dog's name is technically Luna. It's not gonna be
Mm-hmm.
Luna going forward. I don't know what I'm gonna name the dog. If you do have any
Oh.
recommendations for names for the dog, drop it in the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah. Drop a comment. Help us name the dog. Help us name, should we name her driveway?
Driveway?
There's a
Oh, my
suggestion
little
that you should name
driveway.
her Johnny, which I thought was funny.
There was a suggestion that would be Johnny.
That was a good one. I thought that was funny. It reminded me of Parks and Rec when there's the pig and Ron's like, his name's Tom, or something like that. And then like the best quote is when Ron goes, "All right, let's go, Tom." And then Tom, Haverford starts walking towards him and he goes, "No, Pig Tom." I'm just imagining a scenario where first you're like, I don't know, I'm at the birdhouse for some reason, and you're like cute talking Johnny, TBD,
hmm
and you're like, you're adorable TBD, and I'd be like, oh, thank you. And you go, no, dog Johnny. I don't know. That didn't come out as
No,
great
no,
as I wanted it, but
I understand. That made me laugh.
you'll have to be there. It will be a you had to be there joke.
But yeah, so she's been great. For a puppy, she's very relaxed.
Yeah, it really
I
seems like it.
I felt bad because when I was talking to a lady, I was saying I
Hmm.
think I wanted Luna, and she was telling me a lot of people had texted her just specifically about Luna.
Oh wow.
So I felt bad taking.
Lavender had great color though, I thought. I
I
thought
like
Lavender was
Lavender's
definitely one of
color.
the best looking ones.
Lavender's color was great, and Tonks also was really good. Tonks was more lab than Labradoodle.
Yeah,
He was
then
still
Doodle.
Labradoodle, but he was still his fur was more
Hmm.
lab-esque.
Did you look at? Oh, so Tonks was a guy.
Tonks was a girl.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
The
did you
three
did you check out any of the guys just to see if they were fun?
I hung out with them,
Hmm.
but I mainly just went with the other three.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
play
So
with all of them
how
though.
does that go? I've only heard like one other time that um, of a person picking out their dog and they, brought their family and they kind of just like they sat amongst the dogs and just they literally were just like, they kind of waited, they saw what happened. And then, one dog was just all over them. They, came and sat in their laps and kind of cuddled with them. And they were like, oh, it's got to be this one. So was that the same
That's
for you? Did you just kind of
pretty,
sit amongst them or how did that
yeah,
go?
pretty much. Um, so yeah, she had all 10 or 8, but well, 7. By the time I got there were 7. Three of the guys had left, so it was still all 3 girls and then
Hmm.
4 guys. So Jake and I were just playing with the dogs for a little bit, just talking to the lady like, "Oh, where'd you find these dogs?" And that's where she told me the story.
Right.
And I was like, have any of them been adopted yet?" So I was kind of talking through there while like looking at the dogs. And yeah, the guy dogs were definitely way more jumpy than the girl dogs. The girl dogs
Yeah.
are still excited to be around people, but the guy dogs were like Luna and Harper-esque jumping
Yeah.
on people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were whatever. So yeah, I just kind of sat down with Jake. We pet all the dogs, hung out with them, and Luna was just the best one of the bunch, I think.
She was vibing with you the most.
She was vibing with me the most. She was nice. Yeah. So I just was telling her I think Luna's the one.
Got a good head on her shoulders.
Had a good head on her shoulders. Signed a bunch of documents, paid for, and took her home.
Wow.
My parents were so excited. They texted me. They're like, we have a granddaughter, our first one."
That's cute.
Yeah. She is great though. I mean, as puppies do, she's biting a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
like during the entire episode. I hope it doesn't come through, but she was eating my hand and like
Yeah.
my pants, and I'm like, you gotta stop that.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard that. Did
Oh, good,
you
good,
shower
good.
with her as you said
I,
you
I
would?
gave I gave her a bath yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't go in the bath with her, but
Oh,
I
okay.
gave her a little bath. She was stanky yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. Did it
She
help? Did
still
the bath help?
It did, but it didn't make her smell good. It kind of
No.
neutralized the smell.
Okay.
So she still doesn't smell great. She still smells like a dog, but
Hmm.
it's way better than it was yesterday.
Yeah. Do you think you'll take her to like a groomer? Take her to Petco?
Eventually, when her hair gets a little bit longer, I might just
Is that
do
Petco still open?
the one on Maple and
Yeah.
Coolidge.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
to Home Depot.
It's still there.
Shout out. Shout out Petco.
Have you ever been in a Petco?
Yeah, I've been in that Petco like a million times. Katie and I used to make our parents go in there.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
so we could look at the pets.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I'll be
I
honest,
mean, it was
I
our
always
parents
thought,
that put the kibosh on it. It wasn't us.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I always assumed, I mean, I knew the parents have like the final say because they're the parents,
Hmm.
but I always thought you just didn't really care about dogs or
No,
animals.
no, we loved going to Petco.
Wow, that's a great
Yeah.
story. What are you making fun of my voice now? What's up with that, man?
No, I mean, that wasn't making fun of your voice. I say that.
Well, I went high pitch and then you went high pitch.
I always go high pitch. Viewers know. Listeners know. I go high pitch.
Listeners don't know.
They know. So, anyways, yeah, huge. I mean, you added to the barrier. So, post Matt and Katie's wedding, the boys really changed.
Yeah, a lot's a lot's happened.
This is
Matt
really
and
exciting though.
Katie's.
I think it's fun. I think the other like crazy perspective that you put it into is like you'll have this dog until you're 40.
Yeah.
That's just bizarre. I That is a bizarre way to look at it. I
And
don't
that was
know
one of the factors where I was thinking maybe I don't get the dog. But
why. Because
it's
that's
just
when you'd be starting a family or something like that.
it's scary thinking about just the next 15 years, this guy will be here.
Mm.
Like 15 years ago, I was 10 years old. I didn't,
Oh,
we
weird.
weren't, yeah, we weren't, like, I barely even knew you
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah. Well, wow.
We weren't as close as we are today.
Hmm.
We weren't
10
BFFs
years
back
ago,
then.
though, we were. 10 years, the
10 years
friendship
ago,
was
we were.
ramping up.
Oh,
So
yeah, but 15, that's what a lot can happen in 5 years.
true. Very true. Wow. A lot can happen in 5 years. No
So
doubt
that's,
about it.
I guess, like, a majority of my life will be with this dog. So I guess,
Hmm. A majority of your life. No, not until you're
I
40.
guess a third,
It'll
a
be,
third,
it'll be,
a
it'll have
third.
been less than a half. Just a
Okay.
little bit less than a half.
I still a big chunk of my life is with this dog, but I'm excited to spend the rest of until I'm 40 with her. She's
Wow.
great. A lot of personality. My parents like her a lot. Trying
Oh,
to
that's
think of,
good.
yeah, I guess I'm just like, really excited. I'm happy she's here. I don't regret it.
Hmm.
She's made a couple accidents in the house, but that's expected.
Yep. It's expected. Hey, puppies are going to do that. Puppies are
I
going to
felt
puppy.
so bad. She was so nervous on the way home. She threw up in the car.
Oh, did she end up getting to sleep last night or not really?
Yeah, so I was sleeping in your room last night because I didn't want her up in my room because in case she peed on the carpet, I wouldn't
Oh,
know about
yeah,
it.
sure, sure.
So I bought her, or we got her a dog bed.
Yeah.
And so I
Oh,
put her on the dog bed on the floor, and then I slept on your bed. And the entire night she was whimpering and like barking. And so I fell asleep at midnight, woke up at 1, and she was still going at it. And I was like,
yeah.
all right, I can't take it anymore. So I went on the couch, I put her on the couch, and we both slept on the couch.
Okay. Just to be, she appreciated your presence.
Yeah, just being next to
That
me, I
helped
guess.
calmed her down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't pee at all or poop at all on the couch. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go to the bathroom middle during the night, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she's great. I can't wait. I hope everyone listening comes to the birdhouse
Yeah.
and especially
Gets a chance to meet her.
our international viewers from
Yep.
Australia and India. You guys are more than welcome to come too.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Free spot
wow.
at the
Yeah.
birdhouse.
Please come, Victoria. Was it Victoria?
Well, yes, it was Victoria.
Allegedly Victoria.
Allegedly Victoria.
No, that's exciting. Okay. How big of a role did Samantha play? Because
Oh, Samantha definitely
she played
helped.
a big role for me. She completely changed my mind. I was in the
I
camp
know.
of Zach shouldn't get a dog until we had Samantha, and I was like, all right, he should get a dog. So yeah, sorry.
Um, no, Samantha definitely helped. It was fun having a pet again because I lived with Peanut at Michigan State.
Mhm.
and I thought he was the best living with him. So I missed having an animal around the house.
Yeah.
So yeah, Peanut definitely was. Oh, it was him. So he was the first time I lived by myself with an animal. But
Timothy.
Samantha definitely reminded me of that feeling of being with Peanut.
Yeah.
So I would say she helped a lot in the process.
Even though she was a yapper.
She
She was a one
was a
bloody yapper,
big
which
yap.
is
Well,
impressive that Luna's so quiet.
I was gonna say Luna's the opposite of a yapper. I've heard her bark 2 times, and yeah, that was it. And
Wow.
her barks are loud, but it's not annoying.
Hmm.
I think it would be annoying if she was a yapper and just doing it over and over and over
Yeah, yeah.
again. But
All right, well, you have to it's a good family dog. You have to get a family going now.
yeah,
Are
well,
you gonna
I
use it? Are
mean,
you gonna leverage it?
that's so funny. Ned and Lainey asked me, now that you have a dog, are you planning on using it as like a wing woman?
Yeah.
And I said, no, if anything, I'm more retired now.
Wow.
More
What?
retired.
You ain't retired. You ain't
I'm
retired.
I'm
You
retired.
said you were retired and you were back out of retirement within like a month,
I know.
even less, probably.
But now I'm busy. I got a puppy to deal with.
Yeah, but you can take her to like the dog park.
Yeah, that's true. But as of now, bold, bold proclamation. Or what is it? Big proclamation? What do you always say?
Sweeping declaration.
Sweeping declaration. Thank you. Sweeping declaration. I'm retired for finding a wife until I do. Oh,
Well, okay. Epic. Um, I had one more question about the dog. Shoot, I just forgot it. What were we just talking about? Oh, using it. Using Luna. Oh man, dang it.
nothing. You don't
Oh
got it?
no, it's not coming back to me. Oh, that's frustrating.
I'm sorry.
Um, no worries. I'm looking forward to getting her to meet her in person. It's probably,
She's great
it's gonna be a
in
while, but
person.
Can't wait to meet her. Shake
Honestly,
her hand, really get to know her, get some clocking some FaceTime with her.
if
How'd you
you
like
if you
my
would like,
bed?
oh, your bed was actually very nice. You have
Yeah.
a great mattress.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was found it to be a very comfortable bed. So it's the guest room, right? It's the unofficial guest room right now.
It is the unofficial guest room.
I
Yeah.
should have left my banana sheets there so you could have used them. Dang.
Where are your banana sheets? Are they at home?
They're here. No, I brought them because
Oh,
I
you
didn't
brought them.
yeah, I didn't realize that I was gonna get the double, like I said. So I
Right
can bring it back for
on.
Thanksgiving and you can have the bed made
No
up
way.
in the banana sheets if you want.
You hear that, dog? Name to be determined.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was going to be my question. Do you have at
Hmm.
least any front runners of names? So you
I
obviously
do.
have a list of names for your human children. Do
Hmm.
you have a list of names for your dog children? Do the human children list names carry over?
Some of them did. I don't want to crossbreed the names. So I have a list of 4 or 5 dog names. Originally, I wanted to name the dog after somebody from Game of Thrones, but it would be,
Oh, oh, interesting. Okay, go
yeah.
on.
So I was talking with Ned about it today. So, but like I can't name her Brienne of Tarth.
Yeah,
That just
Brienne of
doesn't.
Tarth wouldn't be good. She doesn't. That
That's
doesn't fit her.
no, it does
Daenerys doesn't
not.
really fit her either.
No. So we were
There's no
thinking
one
of calling
really
her.
that like gentle in the show. Everyone's
That's what I
just so
was saying.
deviant.
Um, so we're thinking of Danny for Daenerys,
Yeah.
but I'm not in love with that. So we're just, I guess for things with Game of Thrones, we're just thinking Arya or Sansa. Those are like our
No.
for
Yeah.
just Game of Thrones names. Those are the only
Yeah.
two that work.
If I could put in a vote, I would vote no on both of those. I'm not buying
Okay.
into either.
And then my other choices, I had 3 other names I was thinking about. I'll tell you the worst one because
Yeah.
no one liked this name. I thought this name was
Oh
so
man.
funny. No one liked it.
Oh, the,
One of the names was go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say I hope I like it.
Oh, the bad one was turnip.
Okay. No comment. No opinion. No opinion.
Johnny's face was so funny. So yeah, that was ixnayed very quickly. And then the other two, I was thinking about doing like a Detroit Lions player or an Israeli food.
Ooh,
So I was
what are
thinking
your
like
favorite Israeli foods?
so for Israeli food, I was thinking there's a snack. It's like a peanut butter chip almost. It's called bamba.
Bomba's fun.
Bamba's
Bomba,
fun. I
get
thought
over here. I like
Bamba,
that.
come
I
here.
like that. Bomba should be number one right now.
And then the other one is Panay or Penny for
That's
more
pretty
gentle.
cute. Penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd call her Panay, but if I were to introduce her to other people, I would who I don't know, like if I was walking down the street, I go, "Oh, this is Penny,"
Mm.
instead of because Panay, like, who the heck's Panay? But Panay's still on the Detroit line, so it's pretty much between Panay and Bamba.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. Number one, two. We can cook up some names. So
Yeah, you got any ideas?
so yeah,
Turnip,
what about turnip? How about grommet? Like Wallace and
Grommet.
Grommet. She's the same color as Grommet. No, no, she's not at
No,
all,
she's the
actually.
opposite color.
She's the opposite color. Um, okay, so not Grommet.
By the way, I have one more thing about the
Yeah.
labs. The seven labradoodles that were there. Crazy how they're all different colors. Crazy how
Really? Okay,
all
I
different
meant to
colors.
ask about that too. So like were any golden or were they all just like white and gray and black?
One was all black.
Mm,
Luna is gray and black. Lavender was white and light brown.
yeah.
The other dog was gray. There was another dog that was white with black black lines kind of.
Hmm.
It was crazy how different they all were. Very
Interesting.
distinct distinguishable between them. None of them looked the same, which was I thought was very neat.
Yeah, yeah. That's curious for sure. I don't really know how dog breeding goes and all that, so
Hmm.
can't comment if that's unique or not. But that's definitely curious. Yeah, no, I think it definitely has to do something with the birdhouse. So I agree. Like Lions football, Game of Thrones is like a good shout. Like that
Hmm.
played a big role. Maybe something from how you could do something from How I Met Your Mother. Maybe
I
that's
was thinking that too.
it's a big birdhouse thing. You could name it after the Dow. You can name her Dow.
Oh, Dow, that's not bad. Dick.
Dick. That's a really funny dog name for a girl.
Dick, get over here.
Girl dog that's
Dick,
named
come.
Dick. Nice, nice,
I
nice,
can name
nice.
her Griffin Claw.
Griffin Claw, Griffin, Griff.
Griffin. Griff. G.
Mrs. Blue Sky. You could name her
Mrs.
Mrs. Blue
Blue Sky.
Sky.
Mrs. Blue Sky is not bad.
Um,
Um,
Dairy, Miss Deluxe,
oh, Dairy Deluxe. Oh, that's true.
Flurry.
What's Flurry?
What's your favorite Flurry flavor?
Oh man, the Butterfinger Flurry was pretty good.
Butterfinger. Can name her
Butterfinger.
Butterfinger. Anything after A B C D F C? Any notable? I mean, that would be a
Soccer.
little weird if you named her after one of the
Yeah, I
girls
named
on the
my
soccer
dog after
team, but
you.
that'd be fun. That'd be be like, yeah, we named her Sydney. Sydney, you're like, oh, Sid Dog,
Sid Dog. Sid Dog.
Sid Dog.
Sid Dog.
Be like, sorry, Sydney, you're no longer Sid Dog. Sid Dog is Sid Dog. You're
Sid
just
Dog is Sid Dog. You've been demoted to Sydney.
you've been demoted.
Congrats.
What else? What other big
I can name
Halloween
her
party? Pumpkin. Oh, pumpkin's not
Pumpkin's
bad.
not bad.
Pumpkin.
I don't mind Pumpkin.
Feel like we're
I'd
not
put that up
striking
there.
gold here, though. Feel like we're
No.
striking out. So what if I do this? I'll drop a
Yeah.
poll. I'll drop a poll, and I'll
Oh,
let people
okay.
vote, and then
Hmm.
we'll also take suggestions.
Yeah, I
So I'll
like
drop
that.
an initial poll to let people vote between our top two, and then maybe we'll take some suggestions from the viewers as well, and see how it goes.
Hmm. That works for me. Oh, we can name her 5K.
5K, nice.
5K Run Club.
Run Club, beers,
Beers.
Miss Beers,
Hey, beer.
beer.
Hey, beer.
That's fun. There you go. That's a good one. Oh man, what other? I don't know. I should have been writing these down. Notable events, notable birdhouse events. Knucklehead,
Knucklehead. Oh, Knucklehead.
Bozo.
Bozo.
That'd be funny. You'd be like, "What'd you name your dog?" Oh, Bozo.
Bozo.
You
Oh,
named her Bozo.
that's not nice.
She's just a
Um,
real Bozo. You'd have to be there.
you got to meet her.
Yeah,
Also,
you gotta meet her. Go for it.
sorry, I have to move on from the dog thing. I have one more thing
Yeah,
I wanted to talk about
yeah, yeah. Any other topics for sure? Bring them on.
before we wrap up. I started watching two shows.
Ooh.
One of them, I'm rewatching The League.
Oh, really?
By the way, it still holds up. It's still
Really
funny.
does it for
It's
you?
still funny.
Oh man,
Does it
good.
not do it for
Okay.
you?
No, I remember I tried watching it two,
Really?
3 years ago, and I was like, it was good, but it wasn't hitting like it did back in the day. Like
Yeah, I mean
the highs are high, but the rest of the show is like, oof, I
uh-huh.
don't know, tough to watch.
That's fair. I mean, again, it's not as great as when we watched it in high school, but
I
I
will
still
say
think
though, it
it's
beats Blue Mountain State.
Oh,
like
Blue
for
Mountain State did
rewatchability.
not
Blue
age
Mountain
well.
State did not hold up at all,
No.
at all. The league definitely held up better, but still. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry, go for it. You
Speaking of
watching
Blue
the
Mountain,
league and yeah, go for it.
speaking of Blue Mountain State, on in NCAA college football 25,
Yeah.
we got the entire squad in there.
Oh,
We got
dang
Seahome,
it.
we got Phytaw, we got the Tubas, we got
Wait, do you
there
have
was
it
a
pulled up? Can we go through it?
I can go downstairs if you want.
Oh,
No, it's fine.
no, no, no. If it's too much, we can push it to next week.
You know what? Well,
We'll do it
I can
next
show you
week's.
after.
Do
Okay,
it next
okay,
week
sounds good.
episode. But oh yeah, definitely show me after.
Yeah, yeah.
Wink.
So, and then the other episode I'm watching is called Kevin Can F Himself.
Mm,
It's
what's
a
that on?
weird. It's on Netflix. It's a weird show. Like half the show is like whenever Kevin is in the camera or the TV show,
Yeah.
it's a sitcom, and then the main character of the show is his wife, and it kind of focuses on how sad the wife is. So when the Kevin's not on the screen, it's a like, drama. Like it's
Oh,
the camera quality is extremely different. It's not filmed like a sitcom. There's no laugh track. It's really weird. I don't know if I like it just because it's just so nothing I've ever seen before. It's
yeah.
two shows, two genres of shows into one.
Sounds like a film grad's wet dream.
Dude, that is a perfect way to describe it. Oh my gosh. I gotta read like a synopsis on it, but that is literally it's a film student's wet dream.
Yeah. Also, I just want to shout out real quick, Matt. I have been trying to find Red Rising. I know that you said you have a copy for me. So if you want, I can send you my address and you can send me Red Rising. But I've not been able to find Red Rising at the university library or any of the local libraries around here. So just I had to throw that in there. Okay, sorry. Since we're talking about media that we're consuming at the moment,
What is Red
it's
Rising?
it's a book that Roscoe suggested for me. So,
Cool.
hmm um, you were going to say something about Blue Mountain State?
No, the Blue Mountain State was just going over. We got all the college football
Oh,
teams in
right,
there.
yeah, got all the college football teams. Okay,
It's weird. You
lit.
can't edit the names though. So
Oh,
they're just
really?
random names. No.
Oh,
So it's
well,
kind
then
of
that's not fun at all. So
no,
when
it's
you
not.
made the boys, like we're all just randomly named.
Yeah.
Okay, well that I'm sorry, but that doesn't count. I am no longer interested at all.
Well, we
No
have the
offense.
uniforms in the stadium.
I'm not
I
like
feel
once
like there's a
once they let you edit the names,
yeah,
then
yeah.
come back to me.
We'll be able to edit the names, I'm sure eventually, but right now it's not working.
Yeah, that's
Or
very
I'm
lame that they don't
or
let
I'm
you do
missing
that.
something. I'm missing
Yeah.
something maybe.
Yeah. Look it up on the internet. Figure it out.
Mhm.
Find out and report back because that's big. That's electric. We need that.
Yeah.
We need that in our life.
But that's pretty much everything I had. Johnny, I'm glad you made a friend up there. Are you planning on seeing him again?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if he takes me back. Um, I think we made like loose plans to watch Michigan games together. So, if we don't watch Fresno State, it's no big deal. But I'm sure we'll get together for the big games like USC
hmm
and all that stuff. So, um,
Well, this is exciting, man. I'm glad. We were talking about
yeah,
like last week, just not beating anybody really. And now we got
yeah, that was a big driver for why I wanted to go. And I'd still say it's tough right now. Tough
hmm
to meet other folks, but I'm just gonna keep looking out for these events and going to them and um yeah, and getting a chance to FaceTime with some
good on
new
you for
new
going.
folks. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I did. It was one of those things where you're like you panic, or maybe it's just me, but I panic up until the moment that I do it, and then once I did it, I'm like, all right, like 1,000. I'm so glad I did it. Like I definitely should
hmm
have done that without a doubt. So,
Yeah.
it just you got to get over that. You got to get over that mental block, and I'm definitely getting better at it. But still a lot of room for improvement, and we'll just keep working on it. So
One day at a time.
yeah, one day at a time. Oh, I brought donuts. I brought donuts to class on Friday.
You did?
Yep, shout out.
Whoa. Wait. Why
So,
did we not talk about that?
okay. So, this past Friday, I brought them. The week before I was gonna do it, I was gonna bring them. But class got canceled because the professor's son was sick, and so like it
Mm.
he the class is like, I don't know, I don't feel like describing it right now, but basically it was like it wasn't a huge deal that he didn't cancel this one lecture because we weren't going to do anything in it anyways. The Monday and Wednesday lectures are when we, do the most important stuff. So anyways, he canceled it on Friday, and so then I ended up coming back to Michigan for the long Labor Day weekend.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I bought myself a donut. I went to this place called the
Was it
Oxford Donut Shop.
was it
Go for
from
it.
this? So you said you found a donut shop and it wasn't as good as the donut shop we go to. Was it
Right.
the same donut
Yeah, it was
shop?
the same donut shop. So
It
yeah,
was.
so I,
Okay.
I bought donuts from Oxford Donut Store, and they really
Okay.
disappointed me. The glazed was very good. I very much enjoyed the glazed,
Okay.
but the sprinkled donut was bad. I was really
Oh
disappointed.
man.
So disappointed in that.
The sprinkle donut is why you get donuts.
I know. It's why it's exactly. Even though you always get random ass donuts and you never get the it's just like ice cream. Like you get the most random ice cream. That doesn't make any sense. Like just get the good ice cream.
Well, there's other good ice cream out there. You won't know unless you try it.
I mean, yeah, but you do it every single time. Like I feel like there's a reason you don't like to go out for ice cream. It's because you get bad ice cream like 90% of the time. Like if you got bad ice cream, 5% of the time, like I do, I still try new things every now and then, but I make
Hmm.
sure that most of my ice cream visits are worthwhile.
Hmm.
So, anyways,
Sorry, continue, continue.
no worries. But yeah, Daily Dozen, shout out. Daily Dozen is so
Daily
good, man.
dozen.
I didn't realize what I had until I lost it. Oh, Daily Dozen was so good.
Oh,
Which makes me want to be a Daily Dozen franchise owner. It's
really?
it's a franchise, right?
Is it? Is it?
I don't know. I think so, but I want to franchise it. I want their recipe, and I want to make those donuts myself and sell them to the world. Um, so so Oxford Donut Shop, I got one of each. I got a glazed and a sprinkled 2 Fridays ago. Weren't good, but I still want to take a donut, and I didn't have a good backup plan. Even though, are you flipping me off right now?
No, no, I'm scratching my eye. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There is a Dunkin' like right down the street from where I live too, so I could have gone to Dunkin', but I wanted to keep it local. I wanted to,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
support their local business. So I
That's a good
went
move.
back. I got a half dozen, six. Um, there was not as big of a selection, which I thought was interesting because 2 Fridays ago, I went and this was like at 9. Like I had left,
Oh,
I'd left
okay. I was
Oxford
good.
around 9,
Hmm.
and there was a wide selection left. But this last Friday, I went there at like, I don't know, 8:30, and there was no donuts left.
That's
So
crazy.
it was
Huh.
like totally unfortunate because all the donuts left were like the sprinkled kind. And I was like, oh, I was so hoping to not, I was going to get like all glazed or something like that, not all
Oh.
sprinkled. So I kind of forced my hand. I had to get 3 sprinkled. I got, I had to get 3 sprinkled. I was able to get 2 glazed, and I got one, um, I don't even know what you call it. Maybe like strawberry. So like strawberry icing. I don't know if it was filled because it was a twist. So I don't know if they fill the twists or
Oh,
not.
interesting.
So anyways,
And
that's the spread I got. And I got it because on these Friday classes, it's just the grad students, right? So I just want to kind of do that to be like, oh, it's just us grad students, we can kind of
hmm
hang loose a little bit. And there's only like 5 of us. So it worked out perfect. So everyone got a donut, and everyone was very nice. They were all we're very thankful, and we're like, thank you so much for bringing these. I was like, oh yeah, it's my pleasure. So I definitely plan on doing it again. Maybe not every Friday, but every couple of Fridays, something like that.
yeah, that's such a good move, man.
I know. Well,
Getting a
your mom kind of inspired. Or it's been building because you know when I did my first job in Kansas City, people would get donuts every now and then, and it was rare. Only every now and then would someone bring in some donuts, and like that got you through the day. Like you'd
hmm
be like, oh, that donut this morning was so good. Even though you knew you weren't going to get another one the next day, the
hmm
promise, the hope of getting one the next day was enough to keep you going. And then in Ann Arbor, donuts were more common. At least because, okay, maybe not donuts, but like sweet treats more common because we had a lot more visitors. We had a lot more international people and people visiting because our place was technically the HQ, the headquarters of optical analysis.
hmm
So, and it was like an optical analysis was like an international, organization. Well, Endress, it was an international or is an international organization. So, anyways, we had tons of visitors. And so there'd be a big flow of sweet treats. And so having those sweet treats again, like, man, it makes a difference. But not only that, the days when someone would bring in their own sweet treats made all the difference in the world because it felt so much more personal. And they'd,
Hmm.
because they'd also like come by the office, they'd be like, hey, I brought in donuts, like make sure to get one. And it was just like, oh, and it was a little bit more bonding too. Like when you went and got the donuts, you got, it came with an extra 10-minute break to, hang out and chit chat with whoever you
Right.
just happened to get a donut with, something like that. And so then when we started doing our donut Fridays, like that solidified it because I was like, man, like having this to look forward to at the end of the week. I mean, I wasn't working, but still, even just having that to look forward to, it was so much. It made such a difference. It was so fun to have that to look forward to. So, um, so really it was just something building, and I'm glad to have done it. And like I said, I plan to do a couple more times, maybe not every week, but if I ever get back in the workforce. And again, your mom inspired me too, because she said she used to go every Wednesday, like when they
Yeah.
had their Wednesday
Hmm.
meetings. And I was like, man, that's such a good idea, because even healthcare professionals want a donut, like
Yeah. Everybody
everyone
wants a
wants a
donut.
donut. um and so it was something that I had to do, and it's something that I've glad, like I'd love to be known as the donut guy. I'd
Hmm.
that'd be an honor. So I don't know. I know you only go in on Tuesdays, but think about it. And you've got a much bigger, that's the other thing. You've got a much bigger group to
You
provide
have to
donuts
do
to.
like 20, 26 donuts.
Yeah, so it's definitely different. And so again, like maybe it's a little bit selfish that I might only be willing to do it for a small group, but like small group environment, I think bringing a dozen donuts, like up to a dozen, maybe that's it. Maybe up to a
Hmm.
dozen people, you
Yeah.
bring donuts. Uh, so anyways, yeah, I think maybe we leave it off there with the
Yeah.
donuts.
I just
Unless you
want to
had
say
any last comments.
one more thing about the donut. Bringing donuts every week is great. Expecting a donut is great, but when you're not expecting a donut, wow, is that special? So I'm not
Oh,
kidding. You probably made those people, your grad student cohort great.
hey,
Like their day was probably so much better because you had done that.
thank you.
But yeah, that's everything I had. Thanks, Johnny, again for
Yeah.
meeting with us. Another great episode.
Yeah, another great episode, another
Um,
worldwide broadcast.
Again, if you do
Um,
have any names for the dog,
yeah,
please let us know.
yep. How
And
should we put a time frame on it? By next week, will we have a name?
we'll have a name by next week.
We'll
Yeah,
have a name by
for
next
sure.
week. Okay, so next week we will announce the name. Um, what else can they look forward to next week? Maybe more fantasy football talk. I
More
mean,
fantasy
we kind
football
of
for
really
sure.
like we kind of glossed over fantasy, which I think is fine. I don't think people come here for the fantasy. But maybe we can
Big.
do like a mid-season special, like do a quick review of the fantasy season, how it's going, and all that
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so next week look forward to the dog name. Next week look forward to um, I don't know. Hopefully we get some more firsts and
Alum
some more
it's a
adventures
it's
in this
alumni
week.
band next weekend, so I'll have a
Okay,
lot to
okay. So
say.
alumni band adventures.
Alumni
Next week
band adventures.
we'll have dog name and alumni band adventures. It sounds like a great episode. I'm looking forward to it already. I'll
A
tell you
lot
that much.
a lot of Zach next week, but hopefully I'm sure something will happen to you, Johnny. We'll talk about you too.
Yeah, maybe I'll fall in love. Maybe I'll get a dog.
Oh, really?
Probably
No.
not.
No.
Probably not. Not right now,
Hey,
brother.
that's not a no though.
It's
That's a
not a no.
50% chance to me. It's either yes, you're getting a dog or no, you're not getting a dog. That's 50/50.
That's stats, baby. Zach's good at stats too.
Stats
Self-proclaimed
matician.
stats guy.
Big stats guy.
No, I genuinely, like, after, again, like I know it's probably crazy to pin it all on Samantha, but after Samantha and seeing you kind of go through this process, um, like there's definitely a chunk of me that's like, man, you know, kind of depends on what happens, in the next year or two, but if I go back into industry, there's definitely a chance that I get a little dog.
Wow.
A
A
chance.
chance.
Maybe like 51%. So still
Mhm.
50-50. Still not like huge, but you know, I'd be
Hey,
interested. I'd be interested in trying it out.
that's crazy. All right. Cool. Well, I'm jazzed now.
Cliffhanger. But that's like
I'm
a
jazzed.
years long cliffhanger. You won't find out the answer until like 2027 probably.
Yeah. We're on episode 200 at that point.
Yeah, wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we make it to 200?
We could do it, man. It's not crazy to say.
Hope so. Maybe we'll have a good base of viewers by then. We'll have maybe like 1,000. Is that a good goal? Good target?
That's a great goal, I think.
Thousand
I think it's
thousand weekly
possible.
listeners.
I'll have to take a look. Well, we had 100 like a couple episodes ago, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, I have not checked the recent stats. I don't know how well our episodes did over the weekend. Also, I just realized, never mind. It doesn't matter.
okay.
But yeah, thanks for joining, Zach. Sorry, I kind of dragged us on there for the end, but have a good week and catch you on the flippity flop.
Bye, guys.